Coming up on the first DerpyCon Now, it's what everyone is talking about, the coronavirus, how DerpyCon is preparing for the future. Plus, calling all cosplayers, all cosplay applications are now open. We will give you some details on that. And vendors and artists, even though our applications are closed, it doesn't mean you still can't sign up. We'll give you some details coming up. DerpyCon Now starts now. Welcome to our first episode of DerpyCon Now. I'm Anthony Zaragoza, the convention chair, and thank you for taking a few moments of your day to watch everything DerpyCon. Well, we were planning to do this podcast starting this year, but something happened.
Gruesome death awaits us all!
And now, with sports, here's SportsBot 5000.
All sports cancelled.
Yeah, the coronavirus. The coronavirus is like impacting everyday life, especially the conventions and convention planning. It has turned into a whole new level. First off, thank you for watching. We were supposed to actually release this new podcast early this year with multiple cameras, way better production than a white void. Actually, it's not really a white void. It's just a wall protecting what's behind me, as well as beautiful talent, because, I'm not beautiful enough, I guess. But this is what's been happening, and we have not been able to do that. And we wanted to do was have this first show, and we want to talk to you about what we're doing. So let's get to it. Let's rewind a bit. We released our COVID-19 statement on March 14th. We're still following that. Let me repeat of exactly what we're doing. So, yes, in the statement states that we have to follow what local government and health officials are saying. That is the only thing we can do at this point. Now, we did a couple of things here. One was that we said that we are going to protect our attendees and staff and guests. We're going to actually go down into a little detail and some of the things that we may be doing and not be doing, as well as refunds and rollovers. So anyone that has registered to DerpyCon this year will be allowed to request a refund or roll over to 2021 up to 24 hours before the event. The reason why we're doing that is so that if you don't feel well before the convention, you have the right to cancel, because we don't want anybody sick attending the convention. Again, we don't know of these symptoms. We don't know if you have these symptoms of the virus. So we want to make sure that everyone is safe. That is why we actually put that there, and it better protects you. Again, if you have registered and you want to cancel or roll over, please use our help desk. Do not go through your credit card or your bank, because we pay penalties if we do that. So please follow the, go on our website, go to the help desk, select the help topic, registration, request refund, and you will have the options to roll over or to get credit back. So that's what we did. That's what we said since March 14th. So a lot has changed since March 14th. In fact, our venue has been closed since April. So there's a lot going on that we are planning, and a lot of the planning slightly paused a little bit because we don't know where we're going to be. Right now, again, out forecasting into October, we don't know. And this is a question I get every day is, Anthony, is DerpyCon still going on? Well, yes, DerpyCon is still going on. But again, we're not sure. It all depends on how we, as a country, recover. So I'm going to be saying some things that right now are in the air and are not final. They're currently in discussion. And the reason why we're sharing this with you is because we're being transparent. We want to be transparent because, yes, everyone is unsure if we're going to happen or not. and we understand. So right now, I'm going to be saying some things that are in the air but are not finalized. We will finalize everything hopefully by August, because August will be the latest that we can implement all this. So DerpyCon decided what we decided to do is we have three different operation tiers. Operation A, which means that DerpyCon is running as usual. Operation B means that we have to practice our social distancing, as well take health precautions because of a pandemic. And Operation C, well, you know what the C means. It means canceled. DerpyCon is planning on these three stages. And right now, the one that is very important to us at the present time is Operation B. And right now, I'm going to share with you today how we, as a convention, are preparing for social distancing if the show must go on. DerpyCon has always had a registration cap. This is a highest number of people that are allowed in the building. We do that for your safety. We also do that because of the event insurance, and making sure that the building doesn't get too crowded. Every event, hopefully, does have a capacity. So basically, every time you get that badge, let's just say, I'll just use my ConCon 15. So every time you have this badge, it represents a person. And we want to make sure that everyone that wants to go to the convention, that they do register as soon as possible. I'm not trying to push this onto you guys. I know everything is struggling, but we're most likely going to be reducing to the capacity that's even lower than our normal attendance, which our attendance over the past few years since 2015 has always been between 1,200 to 1,900. And our number that we may reduce that is in the middle of it. We're trying to reduce everything, and you'll understand exactly why we're reducing these numbers. And this is something that we don't want to do, but we're reducing it as a precaution until we get more clearance. If we do feel that we can increase that number again, we will increase it. By the way, with that number, with the registration count, includes everyone from staff to exhibitors to everyone in between. Next up, this may be everyone's favorite thing, but at the same time, we do feel like it's something that we need to do. We may do mailing badges. This will avoid a line. And this is going to be the first thing you're going to hear me say this. We're trying to avoid a line, because there's going to be many of that. There's going to be a lot of avoiding lines, because we're trying to avoid crowds. All right, so next up is like the big stuff, like panel rooms. So whatever largest panel rooms that we haven't assigned yet, we don't know what we're doing with it yet. We're not sure if we're dividing it with an annual, but our largest possible panel room right now is 100 attendees that can be allowed in that room. This is off the top of my head. I know if it's over 100. By the way, all of our panel rooms can accommodate more than 50 people, so no more panel 4s. So what's going to happen is that, yes, you have your theater style seating, but what you're going to see is a lot of space. I'm talking about a lot of space, and a lot of gaff tape. So, for example, let's take the New York governor's press conferences. We're reducing nearly 2/3 of a room's attendance, so that 100 is going to turn into less than 30. In panel 4's case, there's only going to be one person allowed in the room. We are fortunate that we're actually in a larger venue where we don't have to have a panel 4 situation. Well, even if we compare to the large panel room in Morristown, per se, it's going down to maybe about 20. and that was our main events room as well. Just think about that. A main events room with 20 people. It's the same thing here. Right now, we don't know of how much our capacity is for the main events because, again, we haven't done the staging and we haven't done that yet because the venue's been closed. But we were anticipating that there may not be no more than 50 people allowed in main events. So these are the things that we might do if we still have to practice social distancing. So you may be sitting down in a chair and your friend may be 6 feet in either direction. Next up. Now, if you're a fan of lines, because everyone knows me, I love creating lines. Then again, that's what I do in Roller Coaster Tycoon. So what we're doing is that imagine a line that's actually not there. This is something that we are working on. So we are actually creating the necessary staff positions to start this whole project of we're building a platform to be basically lines. Yeah, lines. You would either use your smartphone or a flip phone with SMS text messages or even your name being called. So basically, DerpyCon is probably going to be the DMV. Wait a minute. Going to a convention. No lines. And finally, something else that we are planning on doing is we're live streaming the event, from streaming panels to main events. And if the convention is not happening, we are going to have a virtual convention. We are already building the infrastructure to live stream onto multiple platforms, as well as those infamous meeting apps. So we are definitely working on that. We're starting that phase. Basically, it fully launches next month. And we're already getting a head start on it. We already have some of our staff who do streaming able to start with this and build this huge infrastructure. Now we turn to the lighter side. We're talking about programming now. Variable content for the convention, and you are very important because you are the star of DerpyCon. Right now we got the whole cosplay and masquerade signups now available on our website. It is due by October 2nd, so sign up as soon as possible. We also got our panel and workshop application open now through June 19th, so be sure to complete that. We also changed our rules and also our reimbursement policy, so this may be good for you guys. So do check out our website at derpycon.com/programming to sign up. Before we go, we want to cover up some things for vendors and artists. We have our applications on a wait list right now. Our applications for Artist Alley and the dealers have closed since May 8th, but we have a waiting list now. So if you're still interested in signing up, yes, just continue to sign up on our website. Just head over to derpycon.com and click on the exhibitors tab on the top and select which room you want to be in, and you will be put on a waiting list. And good luck. We will definitely consider those on the waiting list if we need more variety in the room. DerpyCon 2020 was a year I was looking forward to. This was the year that we were going to be moving to a new venue to give you guys more fun, more programming, more content, and larger space. And in fact, we're moving into a larger city that you may love and enjoy. Unfortunately, this pandemic is making that seem to fade, but we don't want our entire convention year to fade. We still hope that DerpyCon 2020 will still go on, but please plan on joining us. Either it has to be in person or online. Again, as I said, we do have a refund policy if you decide to register. Again, just go through our website. Do not go to the bank. We get in trouble. Guys, please be safe, and thank you again for watching. Until next time, I'm Anthony Zaragoza. Have a good night.
open the door. The